Rosie, it seems as our ride has been cut short. What's good, everybody? Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate it. We are here today to talk about the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, Season 1, Episode 4. And the name of the episode is called Derailed Divas, okay? Sorry I'm late. I should have did the video Tuesday, but I had some errands I needed to run. And, you know, sometimes when you don't do the review when it's right on your mind, you kind of push it off a little bit and then you kind of lose interest. And that's kind of what happened. So I had to watch the episode. Well, I had to watch some scenes over again because I already knew what I wanted to talk about. But of course, you have to refresh what happened in your head. And so that is why this review is late. But I'll try to have these reviews up by Tuesday, no later than Wednesday going forward, okay? But the episode started off with Liz. We have Liz talking to Dolores, and she is upset about her, or she's upset with her reaction to Kelsey, okay? She said that she feels like that Kelsey co-signed on to a lot to avoid her own issues with Dino that she didn't want out there. And what she did was she kind of exposed that Kelsey and Dino had some type of relationship, which I feel like is some nasty work.
Nasty bitch.
But I'm going to chunk that to she filmed the confessionals after the season because she did not tell Dolores that, right? And she only spoke about it in her confessional. And I really feel like that she only spoke about it because she knew that Kelsey talked about it during the season and they just edited in there before Kelsey was able to talk about it or confirm it on the show, which I think is very messy with the Bravo editors or the Bravo producers. I don't think that they should have did that, okay? But this is what I don't like. I don't like from what we've seen, it seems like Kelsey was just trying to warn Liz on camera, right? It seems like that she was just trying to warn her, like, hey, we're on camera. Maybe you shouldn't go to the seawall with Jerry and Dino, being that there are rumors swirling around about you and Dino being in a relationship. And it's probably going to look like y'all got a threesome going on, a throuple going on. It's probably looking like both of them digging your pussy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's all she was trying to do. But from the conversation, it seemed like there was more that was being said, which is really hard for me to believe because just from the little shot that we saw, there's no way possible that they could have edited that down, right? All she had to do was say that she don't care about the rumors. I'm sorry, I just ate some peanut butter. All she had to do was say that she didn't really care about the rumors, but to blow up the way that she did, I feel like that she was just doing too much and she was just showing out for the cameras. That's how I feel. I feel like with these first seasons, the girls try to show out in front of the cameras to get the viewers, right? To show the blow up. We want to see the blow up scenes. That's what we want to see as housewife. I don't really, they got to be warranted for me. But, you know, that's what the people want to see. Most people want to see, right? Dolores tells Liz that she owes Kelsey an apology, and Liz agrees, but she says that Kelsey owes her an apology as well. Girl, for what? For looking out for you? What does she owe you an apology for? I don't get, you know, some people feel like they not giving no apology unless a person apologizes back to them. But in this scenario, I don't think that Kelsey owes Liz an apology. I don't. Okay? Then we get Ashley. She ended up hosting a beach day and she invites Kelsey, Rosie, Alicia, and I don't know if they ended up showing up. I don't know who all she invited, but these are the people that showed up. They ended up all bringing snacks. They all ended up bringing snacks, and Alicia brought some pizza chips. Now, it was basically pizza without cheese. So basically, but the crust with tomato sauce, right? And I'll try anything once, but I love cheese. So if there ain't no cheese for the bitch, I don't really want it. And if you ain't got no cheese on it, really, just give me some ranch so I can dip it in, right? If we got some ranch or some garlic sauce, I'll try it once. But I don't know. It didn't look really too appetizing to me. It didn't even really look like the crust. It just looked, I don't know. I'll try it once, though. Maybe it's good. You never really know unless you try it one time. Alicia shares that Rula met Brian when she was married to her Spanish teacher. That's how she kept on saying it, Spanish teacher. So Brian ended up cheating on the Spanish teacher with Rula.
Bitch, what?
And see, this is why I think that this is a good show. Because the dirt goes way back. These girls really know each other. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that we could just put a group of girls together and expect a good show. There has to be some type of connection. Again, for me, I love the shows that Bravo did with Escape because there is history there. Those girls been knowing each other for 30 years. So the beef and the issues run deep. Right? My favorite season of the Real Housewives of Atlanta was season 9 because Candy and Phaedra, even though they hadn't been friends for 30 years, we had seen the friendship grow with them. And so the issues had ran deep. These beefs that be starting for one season, to me, I just feel like they be premature and it don't really be a lot there. Okay. Now, Rula, if this is true, I need you to confirm this at the reunion. But the truth is, we'll never know because why would Rula admit to that, right? But my thing with Alicia, she said in the confessional, she hope it's not true, which if it ain't true, then why bring it up? Why bring it up? Don't give her an out. Don't give her an out. But Rula, this is probably why you're in the situation that you're in because Brian didn't think you respect marriage because you was cheating with him while he was married to the Spanish teacher. You was with him while he was married to the Spanish teacher. And it proves why you're so nervous about Brian cheating because you're afraid that he could leave you for a brand new broad. Because he got with you and left the Spanish teacher. Right? And the truth is we don't know who left too, but we just know he's not with the Spanish teacher now. Right? Kelsey shares what happened with her and Liz. Her story kind of tracks to what I thought happened. She was trying to warn Liz about the ongoing rumors. And when she said ongoing, Liz went off. And to me, in my head, the only reason Liz will react the way that she reacted is if it was something really going on with her and Dino.
I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. I don't give a fuck what y'all saying at all.
I believe that I really do believe that there is something more to the rumors with her and Dino, the way that Liz reacted, okay? She shared that when they went upstairs, Liz was telling her, fuck her, and she's fake, and she said that you don't want to be caught up under Liz's rap, okay? Alicia says that, she's been like that her whole life. We grew up around people who weren't the happy-go-lucky type, and they're both cut from the same cloth. She said that she comes off as a little bit softer and happier, but, they're the same. She's no bullshit. And they kind of have to walk around eggshells with Liz, and she's even scared of Liz, and she's not scared of anybody, right? I grew up the same way, right? I grew up around people who were not the happy-go-lucky type. However, I'm not walking around eggshells for nobody.
You got me fucked up.
Right? I'm not a rude person either. So being around some people, when I'm around people, I'm not trying to put my dick on the table is what I'm trying to say, right? I go around and I treat people the way I want to be treated, right? And it kind of takes a lot to get me upset and to get me to go off around people. And so most of the time, as I've gotten older, I'm almost embarrassed to have a reaction the way that Liz reacted. As I've gotten older, my best friend says that I'm a hellraiser, right? As I have gotten older and exhibited that behavior, I'm almost embarrassed to do it. And and I noticed that in Monique in season 5 of the Real Housewives of Potomac. I know that she was embarrassed in the way that she reacted. And I think that she was still wanting to be seen as this bad girl instead of just apologizing to Candace. She was trying to stand in it, and that's what made me not respect her a lot. It is embarrassing to me at this age to get somebody to pull you out of character. You get what I'm saying? And I think that people walk around with eggshells with Liz because she's the oldest person in the group and she's older than everybody. And it's more of a respect thing. I don't think that everybody's just walking around scared of her. And to me, if she's just this nasty person, I haven't really seen it, but I don't vibe with nasty people or who they always get into it with somebody or they always arguing with somebody. I don't like that type of energy around me. So I try to keep my distance.
Please go away from me with this.
Okay. I just don't like it. I don't like to go out with people, and every time I go somewhere with people, I have family members like that. I got my sisters like that. Every time we go somewhere, she's always getting into it. I don't like to go nowhere with her, and I love her, and I hate to say that, and I can't believe I just said that, but it's the truth. She's like that. My mama can be like that sometimes. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not gonna edit this video. It is what it is. My mama can be like that sometimes, and I have to let her know, girl, listen, I don't want to go nowhere with you. I remember one time we had walked into T-Mobile and my mama had an attitude with the people as soon as we walked in the door, and I had to let her know, girl, don't come nowhere with. I don't like to go nowhere like that. I don't like to go nowhere with people that act like that. I don't. So don't go nowhere and come in with me like, you know what I'm saying? I grew up around it. Okay, so of course you probably knew it was one of the parents, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Me and my brother are the same way. We don't like to go nowhere with them because we already know how it's about to be. You know what I'm saying? And my mama be like, well, I'm not being, yes, you are. Yes, you are. You know how to talk to people. You know how to, you get what I'm saying? You do know how to act, okay? Then we get a scene from Joellen. Now, Joellen has to go out of town for work, and her sister is coming over to the house to help Gary out with the kids while she's gone. Now, why the fuck does Gary need help with the kids? Why the fuck does Gary need help with the kids? It amazes me how to see people act like they can't handle their household without their spouse, right? I swear I've seen single mothers and single fathers get shit done by themselves with way more than 2 kids. And I just don't understand why Gary needs help. Now, from the way that Gary talked, it seemed like he really didn't need the help because he said to Jen, which is Joellen's sister, I appreciate you coming over here and helping out while Joellen is out of town. It takes a huge load off of me, right? So the question is, why does Joellen not trust him along with the kids? Because I'm sure he can get the shit done. I'm sure he can get the shit done. And in my opinion, I don't think that he needs to get used to help around the house when Joellen is not there. You can get the shit done, okay? But I will say I am shocked to see Jen on the show, right? I often wondered how she would feel about the way she's being portrayed on this show, because rumor has it, Gary dated her before Joellen, but nothing happened.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. He just touched the titty a little bit. Bitch, please. Okay. Joellen says that Jen has this flirtatious relationship with Gary, but nothing is going on. Jen makes jokes about smelling Gary's underwear, and Joellen said that she has no kids, and she says things like that she wants to use Gary's sperm to have kids and shit like that.
What kind of bullshit is that?
I don't know how I feel about it. I wouldn't date anyone that my siblings were even in a talking phase with. And to me, there's just too many people in the world to where I would have to even entertain somebody that one of my siblings, even entertain, right? And I just think that makes Joellen trifling, in my opinion. Y'all probably don't see it the same way, but I think that makes her trifling. But she said that her and Jen weren't really close until 2010, until her dad died. But I could just never do one of my siblings like that. But I have had it done to me by a sibling.
Yes, baby.
I told y'all before. I've had it done to me by a sibling. My sister on my dad's side went behind me with a dude that I was dealing with in high school. And she's probably still dealing with him till this day. He was never my man. We just dealt with each other. And she knew about it. And then she started dealing with him probably 10 years later. And it's so funny because I was never in love with the man. But when I heard it, I didn't really feel any type of way, right? But whenever her and her boyfriend gets into it and he finds out that she's been with the dude that I used to deal with, my name is always brought up. They be arguing on Facebook and my name is being brought up. People sending me screenshots with my name in it and I'm not even on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And we never had a conversation about it. Honestly, I don't care, right? I didn't take it as anything personal towards me. I think it just showed me her morals. Because I wouldn't do that to anyone, especially a family member, right? And the crazy thing about it is we sat next to each other at my aunt's funeral. And when I started crying, she put her arm around me.
Don't fucking touch me! Don't fucking touch me!
Put her arm around me, baby. What they say, baby, don't trust no bitch. Trust no bitch. You can't trust them. You can't trust them. You can't trust them.
Well, you nasty.
Then we get Alicia. It was Alicia, Liz, Ashley, and Rula. And Alicia's mom is there. Her name is Anita. And then 2 of her sisters. They talk about Brian not having Alicia names on the house or the business, and then they end up talking about Rula. And Rula tell the women that Brian, and keep in mind that there's 2 Brians. Rula's husband name is Brian, and Alicia's fiance name is Brian. And then we got a Jerry, which is Liz's husband, and a Gary, which is Joella's husband, okay? But Rula shares that her husband, Brian, had an indiscretion. And women, in this case, the elders speak about their experiences. And when the elders speak, you listen.
Message!
When the elders speak, I listen. Okay? You're supposed to listen. I do listen. Okay? They let Rula know that they aren't judging her. And they didn't judge her, to be fair. They didn't judge her. They didn't tell her what to do. They just talked about themselves and their and what happened with them and their experiences with their husband. Okay? And listen, I don't judge either. I can just tell you what I wouldn't do And I don't think, I know that I couldn't be with somebody who cheated on me, right? You have to show people how to treat you. And there's just no way that I would be able to be with a person that cheated on me.
No way. No way.
I don't judge. I don't think that I judge. I only judge when you go against yourself. And I think that's what Rula is doing, right? You can tell that Rula is upset. You can tell that Rula is hurt. And she wants to cry every time she talks about it. Again, at the last episode, she looked like her stomach was hurting because I feel like that she was going against herself. And she's not over what Brian did to her. And she probably never will be, right? She said that she was taking in all of the women's advice. But one thing that stuck out to her is that she doesn't want to spend the rest of her life looking over her shoulder. There it is. She's not over it. Probably because she knows that he's still cheating and she doesn't trust him. And I feel like that Rula just doesn't want to be a single mother. She said that Brian is a good provider. And they say that Rula makes her own money. And even with all that being true, without him being there, she will still have to size down. Right? It won't be the same lifestyle. Even if she can afford to pay everything and not miss a beat, her bank account will take a hit, right? So something will have to give. My thing with Rula is, what are you going to do? Continue to let the man cheat on you? Like, when will enough be enough? You're going against yourself. You're not happy. Like, I can see that it's taking a toll on you, and I don't even know you just on these 4 episodes. And she wasn't even in the first episodes. I can see that it's taking a toll on her, and it's only been 4 episodes. She doesn't look happy. Every time she talks about it, she wants to cry. She was turning them drinks up when they got to the Railroad Express, right? And so she's not happy. But she has to be ready to go. And I'm not judging. I'm just saying she's going against herself. What are you going to do? Okay. Rosie ended up meeting with Ashley. It looks like they were at a forum. Rosie said that it's not that she doesn't like kids. She just wants to be able to drop the kids off when they're parents and leave. And that is so true. That's so true. In my family, on my mom's side, our cousins are kind of staggered, meaning my mother had first cousins who was like 10 to 13 years older than her, right? And they had kids when she was like 10 or 13. So she babysat them, right? They ended up being around 10 to 13 years older than us. And so they babysat us. And when we were like 13 through 17, they started having kids and we babysat them. And they would want us to babysit, and we used to agree, and they used to drop them off. And for that first hour, I used to always think, how am I going to make it through this weekend? And I will always think, why am I putting myself through this? And of course, you know, my mom raised us. If we told them that we was going to babysit, we had to follow through. That was my mom thing. We had to follow through. And so I definitely understand. We used to keep on doing it, right? Because we love the kids. It's just like, it could be a lot. You know, you cannot do anything when kids are around the house, especially when they're not your kids, because they don't understand the rules. You can't even take a bath when kids are there, because you always have to make sure that they're not getting into anything. I remember specifically putting on cartoons for one of my little cousins, and I was telling him, sit right here, don't leave until I get back. And as soon as I got in the water, as soon as I got in the shower, he was knocking on the door asking me for something. And I'm like, I just literally set everything out there for him, and he didn't move. And that could have been him putting some scissors and the electrical socket, like the women on Brewster Place or anything. And so I just noticed, like, you can't do nothing. I had to hurry up and get out the shower and wait until he went to sleep or something. And so it is a lot. It is a lot. Ashley, baby, if I ever saw anyone who made me not want kids, it's Ashley. It just seems like, baby, those kids are running amok with her, especially that baby. She's sitting there trying to talk to Rosie. Baby, the baby done took her earring out of her ear and threw it on the ground. Rosie had to go pick it up. He moving all around in the lap, and it looked like he's teasing and he's biting on her neck, and she's trying to have a conversation, and she just just rolling with the punches, baby. You can't let them kids run you crazy. Put his ass in the walker. Sit him down, girl. God damn. You know, this gentle parenting and stuff, you know, I'm not saying he ain't doing nothing wrong, but girl, sit him down. Sit him down. Okay? Rosie said that when she first met Rich, they was trying to get pregnant before they got married. meaning they was fucking raw.
Wow. That's nasty.
Okay? They was fucking raw, but she didn't get pregnant, and she says that they agreed that they didn't want kids, but I don't think that that's true. It just doesn't ring true to me. From what I see with Rosie, I think that she wants kids, but because they were trying and she was unable to, I think that she's saying that she doesn't want to as a defense mechanism because she's trying to save herself the disappointment. And I definitely believe that Rich want kids just by their conversation last episode. I do believe that Rich wants children. Okay? Then we get Liz. She said that Jerry is selling his boat, so he's not going to be doing the sport fishing anymore. And she ended up meeting with Kelsey. And she tells Kelsey that she feels like that she was co-signing the narrative to distance herself from Dino. And I think that that's a reach. I think that's a reach, okay? Kelsey said that 10 years ago, when she was in a very vulnerable state in her relationship with the man that she's in now, and she started messing with Dino. Girl, everybody always in the vulnerable state. Girl, you was fucking with Dino because you wanted to fuck with Dino. You was fucking with Dino because you wanted to fuck with Dino. Keep all that other shit. Girl, I can't. Girl, just be real. Yeah, I just want people to take ownership of their actions. Be accountable for your actions. You was messing with Dino. You thought that you ain't gonna walk up on no other. You know what I'm saying? Girl, you was messing with Dino. You thought the nigga looked a certain type of way and you didn't like him no more, okay? She said that she broke it off, and once she told him that she didn't want him around anymore, he got a kick out of showing up where she was at and showing up wherever she was, right? And she didn't say it, but it sounded to me almost like he was stalking her. I think that she probably didn't say stalking because Liz probably would have jumped on her ass. I'm sorry, but you know what I'm saying? But she said that she avoids him like he's the plague, and he kind of gave her PTSD. If the nigga was stalking you, go ahead and say that he was stalking you because Liz can't do nothing about that. And you should be able to tell your experience. That sounds like some stalker shit to me. And you got PTSD from it? It sounds like some stalker shit to me. And she keep on saying that's not, girl, but I could tell my experience, okay? However, I do feel like, you know, Kelsey is right in everything that she feels with Dino. I do not think that has anything to do about the warning that she gave Liz about going on a seawall with him and Jerry. I don't. I think that Liz is reaching and she's trying not to be wrong in the scenario. I believe that Liz was all the way wrong. And I'm sorry, Kelsey apologized to Liz, but I don't think that she owed Liz an apology. I don't, okay? Now, Rosie ended up inviting all of the women to Rel Explorers, okay? Minus Joellen because Joellen is out of town, but Black Dolores is there. You know I call Black Dolores, and baby. That ass that Black Dolores got, baby, Dolores got a black ass on her. I've seen her a couple of times. I didn't know she had no wagon like that, baby. Mama is thick, okay? Now, I don't know if y'all caught this. On the way to the Rel Explorers, Rosie said, well, Ashley exposed that Rosie is, that's why I don't like to tell bitches nothing about, because people get to talking about stuff that ain't supposed to be talked about and said in the most opportune time, because I don't know if Rosie was talking about something, and Ashley said, is it because of the Ozempic? And she said, no, it's not because of the Ozempic, girl, because so Ashley exposed her.
In some ways.
Girl, don't tell a motherfucker shit, baby, because girl, I don't like no shit like that. I don't like it, okay? Now, Rosie said that she had colitis and she had to go on leave from work and she enjoyed it and she never went back to work. And then the colitis cleared up. And Kelsey said that she and the entire state knows that Kelsey got fired for having an affair with one of the higher ups.
You a motherfucking liar. You knew that?
She didn't have no goddamn colitis. Or if she had colitis, she wasn't on the leave. Maybe she got fired for fucking with one of the higher ups. Okay? I said, my God. Baby, I love it. These girls really know each other. But I thought that Rich worked at the radio station. I mean, at the television station, at the news station. So my question is Rich the higher up that was at the station? Because they said that he was like a producer at the station. And did she ended up marrying the higher up? And is it Rich or was it somebody else at the station? We want to know. I want to know. The people want to know. Baby, I can't wait for this reunion. Okay? Now, Liz and all of the girls ended up arriving in two separate cars to the Rel Explorers. And Liz and Rosie are on the same rail bike together. And Rosie asked Liz what she thinks of Ashley. And Liz says the first time that she met Ashley, it wasn't a good experience. She didn't even really look at her. And so Rosie tells Liz that she can be scary. You know, she says, you're successful, you're beautiful. And she says all these nice things. And if I was Liz, I would have been offended because why the fuck will I be scary? Right? Why the fuck would I be scary? And Liz even said those are not things to be scared about. Right? And I feel like those are preconceived notions that Rosie and Ashley have. Or it's probably because y'all are up to some bullshit and you don't think it'll go over well with Liz, right? She probably look like somebody to not fuck with. But scary? I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm offended. I would have been offended. And I'm not a person that's easily offended. But to tell me that you're going to be scared of me, no, babe, I don't like that, okay? So Rosie went and told Ashley about the conversation. And when she told her that she told Liz that she comes off scary, they laughed.
That's that fake. I don't do that fake.
And see, that's that mean girl shit that I don't like. That's it. What the fuck is funny? What are y'all trying to say? What is the inside joke? I want to laugh too. And if y'all just these scared bitches, why are y'all over here talking shit? I never understood that. People always, I'm scared, but you over here talking shit. You over here talking shit too, get fucked up. Right? I just don't think that if you was really scared of Liz, that y'all be over here in the corner laughing and talking about it, okay? Now, Ashley said that her mother told her when she was younger, people mistook her shyness for bitchiness, and that is my experience, right? I am extremely shy, but people think that I'm conceited or full of myself, and I'm not. I'm just extremely shy in certain settings, right? And I'm really quiet. But I open up around my friends. Around strangers, I am really quiet. Like, my best friend told me that she had told one of her friends, I had been around her a couple of times or whatever, and we ended up going to a karaoke bar before, and we went bowling and all kind of stuff. And my best friend told me that she had told a girl, yeah, he's real quiet. She was like, oh, he's like, GABOR is really, really fun or whatever. She was like, yeah, but he's real, real quiet though. When we was in school or whatever, when he was in class, he would just be real, real quiet, like he wouldn't talk to nobody. And she was like, I don't believe that. And she was like, no, that's true. People don't believe that. But if you talk to me, I will talk back, but I'm mostly just quiet. So I just be to myself. But I will talk your head off if you're one of my friends. Okay. Anyway, Alicia ended up talking about Pizza Mama Mia, or the name of the pizza company that she got, in the house not being in her name. And Liz tells her that she has to demand that her name is on things, right? And so she and Kelsey do this role play about her and Brian having the conversation, demanding that he put her name on the house and the business. My thing is, after 9 years, I don't see it changing. Because you've been engaged to the man for 9 years that haven't got married because he didn't want to put your name on the house. And he doesn't want to put your name on Pizza Mia, right? So I don't see that changing, right? I think that Alicia needs to start looking for work outside the house and let things around the house build up. And then Brian, they call both of the Brian Billies, which is crazy to me. But I think that Brian will realize how much help Alicia is around the house, and maybe he would like put her name on something. I don't know. I just really feel bad. I just think that Alicia is in a horrible situation. But I just wouldn't be dependent on Brian for nothing.
Oh, fuck that.
I went after 9 years, still no. And I think, she tried to dress it up earlier in the episode and say, I'm a runaway bride and it's a big commitment. Girl, stop. You trying to cover up because I feel like that you think that you look stupid, and you do, but girl, okay? Now, the women want to know what Ashley and Rosie were laughing about over in the corner because they was on their mean girl shit. And so I don't really feel sorry for either one of them. And Ashley said that they was talking about being intimidated by Liz, and they started laughing again. Girl, what is funny? If I'm Liz, I will be offended. Y'all don't give me scary around here laughing. Y'all don't give me scary or, oh, we scared of Liz. Bitch, what? Fuck all. I don't like that, okay? Liz says that she sometimes has a tendency to jump down people's throat, and Rosie asks that what happened on Saturday. She was like, at my party, no, that's not what happened. It was heated. I was drunk, and I'm not proud of that. It's not one of my greatest moments. And so Rosie says, Alicia said that you always act like that, that you just get mad. And so when she said that, she was talking to Alicia when she said it. She said, when she said that she's hoping never to react that way, she pointed at Alicia and said, you should have said it's probably never going to change. First of all, that's not what Alicia said. Second of all, bitch, Who are you to tell me what the fuck I should have said? Who are you to tell me what I should have said? Like, she was really producing the scene. She was really feeling her puss. Rosie completely twisted her words, and Liz is like, well, what did she say? Say it. Tell me what she said. And that's what I be talking about. If I grew up with Rosie, if Rosie grew up around me, her ass will be whooped. Because that's not what she said. That's not what she said. And Alicia told her, girl, don't put shit in my mouth, and don't flip my words. Don't flip my words. You don't know me like that. And just like the scared bitch that she is, Rosie sat down in her seat and turned into victim. She turned into the victim. Girl, you over here pointing at me, told me what I should have said and twisted my words, and now you the victim? And so Alicia was going clean off. She was saying, welcome to Rhode Island, bitch. Then she got up and said, you a thirsty bitch. You a scary whore, and I'm done. And she took her drink and she threw it out. She was looking for a moment, too. She was trying to show out a little bit, too. You know what I'm saying? And so now Alicia is saying, I don't want to talk to her right now. I'm going to kill her. Now, I don't like that, Alicia. Now, that was a bit much. That was a bit much because I think that it was a bit much. Do I think that you were probably exaggerating? Yeah, but I feel like if some black girls would have been saying, I want to kill her, it would have been taken as a real threat. And so I don't like that you was able to get away with that, okay? Now, Rosie is saying that she thinks that Alicia, because Alicia has walked off at this moment, Rosie is saying that she thinks that Alicia was thinking that she was trying to start something between them. Girl, you was, and Alicia came walking back as Rosie was talking. Rosie, shut up. Almost like Alicia was motherfucking Debo. These are you are just punk puss. You punk puss. Now you scared to talk.
Only weak bitches do that.
Now you scared to talk. And so Alicia says that she doesn't like how Rosie twisted her words. And so Ashley says that she feels bad for Rosie. Of course you do. Of course you do. That's why you didn't want to go to Alicia's house without Rosie. Because earlier in the episode, I said that Ashley was over at Alicia's house and Rosie wasn't there. She said, I don't have my emotional support animal. These are some nasty girls. This shit over here with Ashley and Rosie, I've seen girls like them before. They are some nasty, mean girls. They want to play this whole, oh, I'm scared. Y'all that's why y'all scared, because y'all the nastiest bitches of them all. I'm telling you, them girls are nasty. They nasty. All of that laughing and shit, they nasty, okay? And so Liz ends up pulling Alicia to the sides and she's trying to talk her off the ledge. You know what I'm saying? She's like, girl, be careful how you react and you might regret it tomorrow. And Alicia says, baby, I won't. I promise I won't. I've been too loyal to her. And I believe that was, these are new girls, but I believe it was Rosie was over at Alicia's house when they got ready for the Studio 54 party because she couldn't fit the outfit. And I believe that because Alicia asked Rosie, did she see Scarface? And she said that she never, I'm confused. Was it Rosie or was it Ashley? But I believe it was Rosie over at Alicia's house. And so she said that she's been loyal to her, okay? And Rosie is talking again, and Alicia comes over and she shuts up again. And Rula is like, what? What punk puss? Punk puss. My whole thing is if you just being honest and you don't have no ill intentions, if Alicia is walking back over, you don't have to stop what you're saying. If you're not saying nothing bad, if you're not being messy. You up to some bullshit. You and Ashley are up to some bullshit. You gotta watch bitches like that. You do. I'm telling you, baby. I've seen it. I don't live life, okay? Rosie ended up pulling Alicia to the side and ended up apologizing to her, but she only apologized because she's scared. Make no mistake. Shout out to Ashley Darby. Make no mistake. I made no mistakes. She only apologized because she's scared. But she tried Alicia. She was trying Alicia. And she's seen how intense it can get, so she's trying to backpedal. But she was being messy. And so they ended up hugging. Girl, please, I got my good eye on Rosie, okay? But what do y'all think? Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that Rosie was being messy and she was trying it? Or do y'all think that Alicia overreacted? I think that Rosie deserved everything Alicia gave her plus more. I do. But y'all, that's all I got right now. Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate it. Please like the video. Please hype the video up and all that good stuff. And I will see y'all later. Adios.